Welcome to this session of NCERT solve questions. So today our topic is chemical thermodynamics. So this is the question of NCERT exercise. For the process to occur under adiabatic conditions, the correct condition is, we have given four options: delta T is equal to 0, delta P is equal to 0, and Q is equal to 0, and W is equal to 0. So we have four options. So we have adiabatic conditions. So let us see process. In adiabatic conditions, the condition is heat is neither absorbed nor evolved from the system, means Q is equal to 0. So our answer C is correct. Next is heat of formation of all the elements in their standard states are. So for standard states, so we have four options: unity, 0, less than 0, different for each element. So answer is 0. So in the standard states it will be heat of formation will be always 0. So standard internal energy of combustion of methane is minus x kilojoule per mole. The value of standard enthalpy will be what? We have four options. One is standard internal energy more than the standard internal energy, less than the standard change in internal energy, and fourth is the 0. So this is the combustion of methane. You can see CO2 is a gas, oxygen is gas, and methane is gas. So we will use this formula: delta H standard is equal to in change in enthalpy standard plus delta Ng RT. So delta Ng is this is one gas, this is 3 moles of gas, so it will be minus 1. Substitute minus 1, delta internal in energy is given here minus x, so minus x RT. So we can see this whole value is again negative, which delta standard enthalpy will be your less than change in internal enthalpy. So this is our answer. So if you see, it will be your third option. The enthalpy of combustion of methane, graphite, hydrogen at 298 Kelvin is minus 890.3 kilojoule per mole. So these are given respectively. So what is the heat of formation of methane will be? So first we will we have the required equation is carbon plus hydrogen giving methane, and we have to find the heat of formation. So methane on combustion will give you CO2 plus water. So its enthalpy of formation is given over here. Similarly, carbon burns in presence of oxygen, CO2 is given, and its enthalpy is also given here, heat of combustion. And similarly, formation of water, heat of combustion of water is also, combustion of hydrogen is also given over here. So we will take the second value, third value, and if we subtract the first value, so this will give you heat of formation of methane. So take this, add these two value and subtract the first value. So we'll get the formation. Just substitute the value. So these two are the second and third, and subtracting the first one. So this is our answer. So heat of formation of methane will be minus 24.8 kilojoule per mole. A reaction A plus B is giving C plus D plus Q and is found to have a positive entropy change. The reaction will be, so we have four options: possible at high temperature, possible at low temperature, and not possible at any temperature, and possible at any temperature. So if you see this one, delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, and the enthalpy is given negative, and even entropy is positive. This means the whole delta is negative, means we have it is possible at any temperature, means if delta S is positive, then this reaction is a spontaneous process. In a process, 701 joule of heat is absorbed by a system and 394 joule of work is done by the system. What is the change in ionization energy for the process? So Q is given, W is given, so delta U is equal to Q plus W. So just substitute the value, so we will get 307 joules. So this is the change of enthalpy of the process, this much. And what ionization energy is nothing but the internal energy, so it is increased by 307 joule. The reaction of cyanamide with the oxygen was carried out in a bomb calorimeter, and delta U was found to be this much value at 298 Kelvin. Calculate the enthalpy change for the reaction at 298 Kelvin, and this is the reaction for the ammonium cyanamide. So we have this answer: delta H is equal to delta U plus delta Ng RT. So delta Ng is how much? So this is solid, and these three are gases, this is liquid. So there are 2 mole, this is the 3 by 2. So on subtracting you will get the 1 by 2 half mole. Delta Ng is half mole. Delta U is given over here, you can see, and R is 8.314, temperature 298 Kelvin. On solving you will get change in enthalpy of this reaction, that is minus 741.5 kilojoule per mole. Calculate the number of kilojoule of heat necessary to raise the temperature of 60 gram of aluminium from 35 degree to minus 35 degree to 55 degree centigrade. Means it is increased by 20 degree centigrade. Molar heat capacity of aluminium is 24 joule per mole per Kelvin. So Q is equal to N C in delta T. N is given. So N is the number of moles of aluminium. So it is 60 upon 27. So this is the moles. And C is given. Delta T is also given. That is 20. So on solving, you will get the heat. That is number of kilojoule of heat is 1.065 kilojoule. Calculate the heat enthalpy change on freezing of 1 mole of water at 10 degree centigrade to ice at minus 10 degree centigrade. So heat of fusion given, and Cp for water at liquid and Cp for water at fusion is this much given here. So water is first cooled down from 10 degree centigrade to 0 degree centigrade, and this is the equilibrium temperature when phase change take place, and this is again ice to ice, and temperature change from the 0 to minus 10 degree centigrade. So we have 3 steps: step 1, step 2 and step 3. So first is cooling, then freezing, then cooling. So total heat release will be how much? So step 1 NCP delta T, step 2 heat of fusion, and step 3 NCP delta T. So NCP is N 1 mole, CP 7.25.3, temperature is 10 degree, fusion N into, this is the fusion 6.03, 0.03 into 10 power 3, and this is again for ice. So if you solve it, you will get 7151 joule. The enthalpy of combustion of carbon to carbon dioxide is this much. Calculate the heat released upon formation of 35.2 gram of carbon dioxide from carbon and oxygen. So this is the combustion of carbon is this much, and the moles of carbon will be how much? This is the 0.1 mole. So 1 mole of carbon dioxide is evolving this much heat. So 0.8 mole will evolve how much heat? So multiplied by 0.8, so you will get this much amount of heat is released by the 0.8 mole of carbon. Heat of formation of carbon monoxide is this much. Similarly for carbon dioxide is this much, and formation N2O is this much, and formation of N2O4 is this much. Now we have to find the heat of reaction of this compound, this reaction. So heat of reaction nothing but the heat of formation of product minus heat of formation of the reactant. So this is the reactant, this is the product. So its energy minus its energy will give you the heat of reaction all. So heat of reaction of each reactant is given over here. Just substitute the value. So this into this given, this is the first you balance it, so multiply this into 3, and again heat of formation of N2O4 is given, and heat of formation of the carbon monoxide also given. So multiply by 3. So you will get answer like this is our answer, minus 7.7 kilojoule per mole. So this is our answer for this question. So this is the formation of ammonia is given, and heat of reaction is given this much. What is the heat of formation of ammonia? So we know the heat of formation. So heat of reaction, we know that we have to find the heat of formation, which is nothing but the 1 mole. So we have to find the heat of formation for 1 mole from its constituent elements. So heat of formation, we have to find out heat of formation of hydrogen is nothing but the 0, and heat of formation ammonia, let us take X. So heat of formation is nothing but the product mass reactant. So product is this is given here 2 into X, and for this is 0, and for ammonia nitrogen also 0. So total will be how much? 2X, that is equal to 2X. So X is equal to minus half into 92.4. So you will get this is the heat of formation of ammonia, which is nothing but the half of heat of reaction. So we have been given heat of formation of methanol. We have to find out, and these are the 3 reactions. This is combustion reaction of methanol, combustion reaction of carbon, and again combustion of hydrogen. So 3 is given here over here. So what we will do? We will take the 2 and 3, this one, and subtract by 1. Why subtracting? Because we have to find the heat of formation of methanol. So on solving, you will get this our answer. So first you balance it, then solve it. So you will get this. This is the required equation for methanol. So on solving, you will get this equation, and you will get this answer. Calculate the change in enthalpy for the process CCl4 is converted to carbon plus 4Cl. Calculate the bond enthalpy of CCl in CCl4. Heat of evaporation of CCl4 is given this much, heat of formation of CCl4 is this much, and heat of combustion for carbon is this much, and heat of combustion of Cl2 is this much. Means it is converted into Cl2. Cl. So heat of dissociation this much. Our required equation is CCl4 is converted into gaseous carbon and 4Cl. So these are the given equation as per the question. CCl4 is converted to this much, so its energy this much, and carbon reacted with CCl to give this much. Solid carbon is converted to gas, sublimation, heat of sublimation, and Cl2 is converted into 2Cl, and heat of dissociation for Cl is this much. So we will take third one. Again we will take the 2 into fourth one. So third one and 2 into fourth one, subtracting second and first. So we will get the first equation, that is this equation. Just substitute the value, this much value, and subtracting, you will get this much. So this is the enthalpy of the whole process, that is CCl4 is converted into carbon plus 4Cl. What is the bond enthalpy of CCl4? So we know this is the total energy of CCl4. So for per CCl bond, we have to divide the 4. So we will get the bond enthalpy of CCl will be 326 kJ per mole. For the reaction at 298 Kelvin, 2A plus B is giving C, and delta is this much kilojoule per mole. Entropy is also given. At what temperature will the reaction become spontaneous, considering delta S and delta H to be constant over the temperature range? So for spontaneous process, delta H minus T delta S will be, T delta S will be lesser than 0, so that the delta G will be negative. This is called spontaneous process. So what will be temperature? Temperature will be your greater than delta H minus delta S. This is divided by delta S. And just substitute the value. On substituting value, you will get the temperature is greater than 200 Kelvin. Means if it is more than 200 Kelvin, reaction will be spontaneous above this temperature. Up to this temperature or below this temperature, it won't be spontaneous. It will be only spontaneous when it will be 201, 202. It won't be it should not be 200 or less than this one. For the reaction 2Cl gas is converted to Cl2. What are the signs of delta H and delta S? So number one, for bond, this is the bond formation. So for bond formation, always an exothermic process. So delta H will be always negative, and number of particles are reduced because there are 2Cl and it's converted to 1 Cl2, 1 mole. So it is entropy is decreased. So delta S will be your negative. So decrease in entropy will be your negative, and since it is an exothermic process, so delta H will be your negative. So these are the two values signs of delta H and delta S for this reaction. So for the reaction 2A plus B is giving 2D, and delta internal energy is given this much, and entropy also given this much. So calculate the delta G naught at 298 Kelvin for the reaction and predict whether the reaction is spontaneous or not. So as we know, delta H is equal to, this is the equation. So delta Ng is nothing but by seeing the equation 2 minus 3, so we get minus 1. Substitute the value. Temperature we know that, delta U is also known that. So delta H we got this much value. Now according to Gibbs Helmholtz equation, we have to find the delta G naught. So this is the formula for the Gibbs Helmholtz equation. So delta H naught we already found. Temperature we know that delta S naught is minus 44.1 into 10 power minus 3. So on solving you will get this much value. So this is positive. So this reaction will be your non-spontaneous. Kc for the reaction is 10. What will be the value of delta G naught? This is a very simple question. Just use this formula. Delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log of Kc. So Kc is already 10 is given, R and T is given. On substituting, we will get the standard G naught is equal to this much value. Next is our comment on the thermodynamic stability of nitric oxide gas. So these are the two reactions, and their heat of reaction has been given over here. So this is the positive, this is the negative. Solution: nitric oxide is less stable than nitrogen dioxide. Why? Because nitric oxide is your endothermic compound, where the NO2, so NO2 is your exothermic compound. So we can see from the reaction, one is positive, one is negative. So NO, formation of NO is endothermic, but formation of NO2 is your exothermic. And exothermic compounds are always more stable than the endothermic compound. We know very well that the exothermic compounds are more stable than the endothermic compound. So thus in step 2, no changes is stable. So nitric oxide is more stable in step 2. So this is a more stable compound than NO2. So this is a more stable compound than this one, because exothermic reaction is more stable. Now calculate the entropy change in the surroundings. When 1 mole of water is formed under standard conditions, the heat of formation is given this much. Delta S, we know that is called Q reversible by T, and heat absorbed by the surrounding will be how much? This much value. Substitute the value, this is the heat of surrounding, and divided by the standard temperature. So delta S will be your 959 joule per Kelvin per mole.